Alright guys, I'm back for another video, and right now my car is actually very dirty. It hailed earlier and it was pretty hard. Had to cover it up with blankets, and the blankets were a little bit dirty, I think, but then I drove up my road and it just got it all dirty. Anyways, today we're doing something a little bit different. Today, instead of driving cars or making a car video, I'm actually doing something to some wheels. So a while ago, for the V6, I got a pair of FR 500s. I got them from somebody who owned a 2007 Mustang Gt. And they're nice. They've got some really crazy street tires on there that have no traction at all. But the paint was chipping, and you know, the rear two were matte black, the front two were gloss black. So I thought, what can I do with this nice pair of wheels to make them look better and put them on my new car? So I did some researching, looked up the best way to paint wheels and do everything, and turns out that a really good way to paint your wheels without really any risk is Plasti-Dip. So here I have some Plasti-Dip sitting in some hot water, which is recommended if you're trying to Plasti-Dip anything. Plasti-Dip is a multi-purpose kind of spray paint. You spray it onto a clean surface and you add 4, 5, 6 coats, and after it dries you can peel it off. So it's kind of a risk-free alternative to painting your wheels. I really like Plasti-Dip. I haven't ever tried it, but based on this, it's turning out pretty well. I've also got a coat of gloss black, or not gloss black, but glossifier, because I want them to be gloss black and matching. So we're gonna see how these turn out. And once I put them on my car, then we'll see how it looks. If you're looking at Plasti-Dip wheels or paint wheels or anything, and you're a beginner, some things you'll need is obviously the paint, but you're gonna want a really clean surface to apply it to, such as maybe taking some isopropyl alcohol and just wiping it down, maybe some brake cleaner or just some degreaser. But you want to clean it off really well, and then you want to take some isopropyl alcohol or something and clean it off completely to get the best outcome, and it will adhere very good to the clean surface. But as you can see, I have cards around all of the tires. If you're wondering why I did that, it's to protect the wheels from overspray, because I didn't want to buy tire shine because it was a little bit expensive. So I just stuck some little note cards into the little crevice in between the wheel and the tire, and it seems to be working perfectly. It's protecting everything else from overspray. Obviously, I've got my little blanket to protect me from the ground, and then an actual blanket to protect the garage floor, because this isn't my garage. I'm using my friend's house. But it really helps with overspray, and it's an easy way to protect the tire and to get full coverage around the wheel. So the Plasti-Dip, I'm not sure if anybody watching this has ever actually used Plasti-Dip, but what it is it's a spray paint coat that you spray on. It's just paint, and once it dries, we'll wait for this to dry and I'll show you guys. Once it dries, it turns into a peelable plastic that's easily removable, and I'll show you guys how well it sticks together and how well it dries in just a minute, because right now I'm waiting for these to dry because I just put on a coat about 10 minutes ago. So I'm gonna wait another 5 or 10 minutes to put on the last coat, and then we'll see how they look afterwards. I forgot to do this coat pretty quick. So I'll just show you guys the basic motion, and that's gonna be it. I'll show you a picture or video of the finished product once it's actually on the car, and just comment below how you like it. So that's basically how you do it. I'm just gonna set the camera down and show you guys the finished product when it dries. All right, guys. They're not completely dry yet, but they're pretty dry. I'm gonna put on a coat of clear coat. As you guys can see right here, this is the finished product of it drying, just a single coat on the water. As you can see, it's completely adhered to itself, and I can move it anywhere. So I'm gonna grab just the end of it, and I don't know how well you guys can see that, but I'm pulling it up, and it is just completely sticking together. And I mean, it'll come off my finger and everything, and it's basically just a plastic. It feels kind of like a balloon. It's just like a really latex feeling plastic. So that's what this does on the wheels. That's why it's so easy to peel off. But when painting things like wheels, as you can see, these have a lot of spokes, about 10 spokes, I think. So you need full coverage on every single part of this wheel for it to look actually good. That's one, how you're gonna get it to look the best, and two, how you're gonna get it to perform how you want. You soak it in warm water so that the molecules inside actually expand, and it makes it a lot easier to cover the entire thing, and it gives a really even coat. So I would definitely recommend soaking it in warm water 5 to 10 minutes before. I only did this for about 2, but that's because after doing so many coats of the black, I know how it goes. I know how it needs to spray. And if you shake it well enough, you'll get basically the same results. All right, so as you guys might be able to see, I did get the FR500 American Muscle wheels put onto my car. They do look really good. Right now, they're a little bit dirty, as you might be able to tell. I have to clean them. Plasti-Dip's a little bit hard to clean. I haven't really tried yet, but they turned out really well, and the fitment's really nice on them. I just think that they're amazing, but I have yet to decide whether I want to actually keep them, because if I decide to actually keep them, I'll put TPS on them, which is tire pressure sensors, so that it won't make my car throw a code, and I'll probably try to see if I can wrap them in some Toyo R888s, which, for those of you who don't know what Toyo R888s are, they're basically a street tire that helps with racing. It's like a drag tire, but for the street. They're really grippy, and they're probably the best tire you can get for the street, but they would look good. And maybe if I put spray paint clear coat on these, then they might keep a little bit well. As you can see, I have a rusty caliper. I'm gonna probably end up wire brushing that, but they turned out really nice. It's starting to rain, so I just had to get this video clip. It's been about a week, and I really like the way they turned out. So thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned